Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird, it's dark, it's your kind of vibe.
Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. That was a good one. So, that was a little early Mischa ASMR. Getting it out of the way. I know you guys love it. So, she was eating Vlasic pickleballs, dill pickle corn puffs.
So good.
Not sponsored. She really didn't care for the Tabasco bugle bites.
Those are good too.
Those are very good. She didn't care for those, but also not sponsored. But, you know, we have Mischa doing her ASMR. She likes treats. She's a fat girl. Y'all.
We apologize for Monday.
It was bad.
I made Lauren cry.
Yeah, I was crying. It was not a good time for me. Oh, man. Yeah, hopefully you guys were able to get through it. I had to take a little bit of a...
Why was that my fault? They're loud.
That didn't even work.
It didn't even work.
We're sorry about it for last week.
Very, very sorry. I did warn her ahead of time, and I did say in there, I said,
It's rough.
It's
yeah,
rough.
It was very rough. I definitely needed a break in between.
I did say trigger warning.
So we hope you guys were able to make it through that one. I know it was really rough. And like I said, we're sorry about it. Other than that, what has been going on with you?
Nothing really besides work.
I mean, that's good. Like, no news is good news.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
No. My birthday's on the 6th, so.
Yes. Yep. It's a week away from us when we're recording, but this comes out like well after that.
Yeah.
I'm so stressed. That's all I got. I can't function right now. It sucks. But I'm gonna go get my drink before we completely start, because otherwise I'll be thirsty and my story is long. So we're gonna go ahead, I guess, and get into our stories once Courtney has her snack plate situated.
I'm mixing my pickleballs and the bugles.
Pickleballs and Tabasco bugles. I don't know how that's gonna... I'm gonna try. I'm stealing them real quick. I'm gonna see how... Oh, it looks like a little witch.
It does.
I'm gonna take a picture of that and put it, like, somewhere. A little bitchy. It's not for me.
You can move these up.
Woo!
If you need to.
That's, Woo! It gave me shivers.
I put them together.
I don't recommend it.
I do.
Hey. No. I'm eating those. The fuck? So,
Okay.
I guess we'll go ahead and get into our stories for this week. Because we have spent 11 minutes doing nothing. Cool.
Well, you also are going to grabbing your drink, so most of it's going to get cut out.
And ASMR and Mischa.
Yeah.
Mish. Mischa said, excuse me, London stole the pickleballs.
She did. All right. So I have the Winchester Mystery House.
I love this one.
So the Winchester Mystery House is a sprawling 24,000 square foot mansion built by a woman who believed she was haunted by the victims of America's deadliest invention,
Yep.
the Winchester rifle.
Yep.
Because you have a house where doors open to brick walls, staircases that lead to nowhere, and windows installed in the floor.
Yep. It's fucking wild.
It's a home so confusing that some say she used it to trap the ghosts.
Because they wouldn't know where to go.
Exactly. So to understand the mansion, you need to understand Sarah Winchester. So Sarah Winchester was born in 18... Are you over there going to block the
What?
sound of you chewing?
I'm trying. I figure if I'm far enough away and I have my hands up like a wall, it might work. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
Don't judge me.
So she was born in 1839 into wealth, privilege, and eventually immense grief. So she married into the Winchester rifle dynasty, which the creators of the gun that won the West is what they're known as.
Yep.
But her life was marked by deep tragedy. Her infant daughter died just at 6 weeks old due to marasmus, which is a form of severe malnutrition characterized by energy deficiency.
Okay.
I don't know. And so after losing her daughter, she eventually also lost her mother and her father-in-law, and then her beloved husband, William, succumbed to tuberculosis.
TB was like real bad back then.
Yeah, she lost pretty much everybody.
I'm so sad.
What is that?
My face is hot now.
So when William died, she inherited today's equivalent of $167 million.
Oh, damn.
And the weight of what she believed was a curse. So desperate for answers, she turned to a medium. And the medium warned her the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles would seek her out unless she did one thing. Build forever.
I mean, whatever.
So in 1886, she moved west to San Jose, California, and there she purchased an 8-room farmhouse and began what would become a 38-year-long construction project, and one that never truly ended.
Yep.
And so today, that house has over 160 rooms, 10,000 windows, 47 fireplaces, but only 17 chimneys, staircases that twist into dead ends, a second story door that opens to nothing but open air, and the number 13 everywhere.
13's supposed to be a lucky number, even though people say it's an unlucky number.
Yeah.
It's actually the opposite.
So some believe she designed this labyrinth to confuse spirits. Others say the constant building was her attempt to cheat death, because the moment she stopped building, she died. Spoiler alert, when Sarah died in 1922, her construction crew literally dropped their tools mid-task. Nails left half-hammered. She died. They're like, all right, we done.
I mean, why would you continue that? She's dead. You're not getting paid anymore. Like, hello.
Yeah, because she had hired 2 architects, but she didn't like what they did. So she was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself. So when they don't really have an architect to be like, tell them, be like, hey, this needs to go this needs to go here. Yeah, so they're just like, okay, we're done.
Well, I mean, I would be done too.
So since her passing, thousands have toured the house, and some say Sarah never really left. There's shadowy figures, footsteps, a mustached man named Clyde, seen pushing a wheelbarrow in the basement, and guests often ask the guides, how much do you pay the actors? And they're like, we don't have actors. They're like, there's no actors. Yeah, these what?
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh. And even famed magician Harry Houdini visited in 1924 to debunk the supernatural rumors, but he left without a word. No official statement, just one suggestion. Rename it the Winchester Mystery House, and the name stuck. And Sarah's influence didn't end with her death. In fact, her house inspired one of the most iconic rides in American theme park history. Disneyland's Haunted Mansion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I love that ride.
Yeah. So it was modeled after the Winchester's house, elegant exterior and twisted interior. Disney engineers even borrowed ideas like the seance room and stairways to nowhere.
Okay.
And then Hollywood, of course, couldn't resist either. So in 2018, Helen Mirren played Sarah in the horror film Winchester.
I haven't seen that yet.
That was actually a pretty good movie. I like that.
I haven't seen it.
I have it. I'll bring it over. We can watch it after next
I don't
time.
have a DVD player.
What?
The fuck do I need a DVD player for? I mean, I got an Xbox. It's the same thing, I think.
Should be on something.
I would think so, probably.
But yeah, we need to watch it. And Stephen King fans may recognize her influence in Rose Red, a haunted house miniseries he wrote in the early 2000s.
That was good, too. I did watch that.
I haven't seen that.
That's good.
I haven't seen that
I mean, there's hardly anything of Stephen King that I don't enjoy, so. It's like, did you get lost?
Yeah, I did.
Is your brain the Winchester Mansion right now?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
Okay.
So, poor Sarah, just haunted by all this grief.
Okay, yeah.
So, she pretty much left behind a legend.
Yeah.
And perhaps a few spirits, too.
Okay.
And then, of course, my favorite show that Lauren...
Okay.
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
They've been to this place 3 times. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they keep finding their way out.
They almost did it the second time.
Oh, no. It would have been tragic.
All right. So they first investigated in August 2011, but they had to stop, quit the lockdown, and leave because how the activity interfered and affected the crew. So that one never got aired since they didn't really finish.
Have anything to air, yeah.
So they decided to come back. And then, so apparently in her ballroom, there's a safe designed to hold most of her sacred possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And then after her death in September of 1922, it was finally opened.
Okay.
And the only thing inside was locks of hair and the 2 obituaries of her deceased husband and their infant daughter.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's very sad.
But those were her most prized possessions.
The guns were more her husband's thing.
Yeah.
All right. So during their walkthrough, they saw a figure go by the window. And when they asked who it was, they got a voice on the recorder. And then they met John Freitas, who worked at the house. And he told them about apparently one of the workers died during the building.
Oh, well, yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. So he usually sees Clyde pushing the wheelbarrow down there by the steam alley, which is where like all the pipes, it's like the very like basement stuff.
No, that's gotta suck. This dude's dead and he's still fucking working.
Yeah,
like, come on.
He's just pushing the wheelbarrow.
I would be fucking pissed if I died and then I still ended up fucking working.
Yeah, and the tour guides call him Clyde. And so he's in the photograph of the carpenters that's displayed in the house.
Okay.
And John was in the basement studying his behind-the-scenes tour script. And when he was studying, he saw the man with the exact same description right there in the boiler room.
A behind-the-scenes tour script.
Yeah, for like when they do their like tours and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's John?
One of the workers that they met to interview.
Like the
house.
worker, or is it like a museum person? Like
the museum person.
Okay.
Like who like does tours at the house.
Gotcha. So not like like a worker, but not like a construction worker.
Yeah, no, like one of the tour guides.
When you said worker, I was like, the dude who built the house, or what's
No.
what's happening?
So he is described as wearing white overalls, a hat, and a mustache.
He's wearing a mustache. Okay.
Yes. So they showed John the evidence of what they captured, and John was like, "Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him." Because they saw the white overalls, the hat, and John's like, "Yeah, that's Clyde."
Okay.
Because it's usually where they see him.
Yeah.
So then they went into the sewing room where they met with Kevin, who works for HR admin, who has pretty much been there his entire life because his parents also used to work at the house as tour guides.
Oh, cool. Like a family business kind of thing?
Pretty much, yeah. So when he was walking by one of the rooms, he saw movement in the room. So it has like plexiglass and it's always locked, so no one should be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said he looked in there, he saw the rocking chair rocking back and forth.
Okay.
And when he said his parents worked there, they said they would always hear their names being called, and everyone who works... Lauren.
Like,
Lauren.
fuck you, I'm out. Like, shut the fuck up, man. I'm trying to, like, do other shit.
And people would always feel something around.
Okay.
And of course, Zach brought a trigger object,
Okay.
which was one of the Winchester rifles from the 1800s. And he was going to bring it into the seance room.
Okay.
Where she had seances every night. Because that's how she how she pretty much designed her house was she would have seances, and then the ghost would tell her how to design it.
What to do, yeah.
So she had a whole seance room. So they're getting started. So Jay, Aaron, and Zach are in the nerve center, and Billy's in the seance room finishing setting up. So he's like finishing doing the cameras and all that stuff. So on the SLS camera, they capture a figure sitting in the chair. So then they have Billy sit in the other chair opposite of him. And then, what the hell did I write? Stand on his lamp. What?
He stood on his lamp? I don't think Sarah would appreciate you standing on her lamps.
Okay. So they have Billy sit in the chair that the figure's sitting on. So they have him sit. Okay, so they have him sit in the chair the figure is on. Not the opposite. The one that he's actually that they captured the thing.
Okay.
And then Billy feels really cold, and then in his lap. That's what it is. In his lap.
Oh.
I don't know why I put the M in there.
Like the figure sat on his lamp. Okay.
His lap.
So Billy sat in the figure's lap, or the figure sat in Billy's lap after he sat down?
After he sat down.
Oh.
The figure was like, yeah, the figure.
Santa?
Yeah, the figure got in his lap.
Okay. He was like, for Christmas, I want.
So then they asked the figure to go sit in the other chair, and then the figure leaves. The figure gets up, stands on Billy's hands, and then disappears in the room behind him.
He said, no, I'm out.
And then Billy asked the figure to come back, and it comes back.
So he said, I'm going to crush your fucking hands and peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah.
And then, okay, hi, I'm back. Hello.
Yeah.
How are your hands?
So then Zach goes in and brings the little ovulus where they can, for them to speak. And they ask the figure what his name is, and he says Russell.
Okay.
And then they asked if the room that they did seances in, if this was the room for the seance, and the same voice said, of course.
Duh, like, are you fucking blind? Hello.
And then they ask how many spirits are in the room, and they say 7.
Okay.
And then when they ask Sarah to come to the room, they don't get her voice, they get a male voice that says, bring them.
No. You bring them.
And then when Billy and Zach leave, the SLS camera captures a figure in the chair, and it literally looks like it's like this.
Laid back, okay.
Like, help.
Oh, God.
Like,
I fought it and I can't get up. Help.
Yeah, because it looks like it's trying to get up, and it's like leaning.
Help.
And then it tells him to wait.
Wait a minute. He said, wait, I'm coming. Just wait.
Yeah, because they captured the figure doing that, and then they captured a voice that says wait.
Just wait.
So that part was kind of
Mischa said, are you okay?
Yeah, so that part was kind of entertaining because you just see it like leaning like all against the chair, like help
me.
And then they bring in the rifle.
Oh, okay.
So Zach asks what's in his hand, cocks the gun, pointed at the camera, and at that point the SLS camera froze, went completely black, and they lost the infrared light.
Okay.
So everything pretty much shut off.
Okay.
And then they decide they're going to split up, but before they split up, Jay hears the doorknob start turning, like either to open or... Because you can literally hear... like
right.
Like the doorknob. They're like, what the fuck is that?
Like someone shaking the handle, trying to get it open.
Yeah. So Aaron and Billy go into the basement. Says, I must find in the basement.
I don't like basements. They freak me out. A lot of things freak me out, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know how I can function. I can't most of the time, but yeah.
So of course while they're in the basement, they hear moaning like someone's hurt.
Oh. Well, okay.
You nasty.
It's like they hear what now?
Billy caught an anomaly.
I would call that groaning.
Shoot out of air. They said moaning.
I know, but like moaning to me has like different connotation. I would say groaning, like groaning in pain, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Not, you know. I don't know. I just think they should say groaning, not moaning. I don't like it.
Yeah. So then they catch an anomaly, shoot out of Aaron. So then they head back up.
Poor Aaron.
Yeah, poor Aaron. So then when they went back upstairs, they were going into a room that has like those little rope cord thingies. So when Aaron went to go grab it to unhook it, they heard a very loud bang.
That's how I got the scar above my eye right here.
How'd you do that?
So when I was like 3, 4 maybe, my grandma had taken me to the post office and they had those rope things, you know, to guide the line. And I sat on the rope part and the metal pole part came flying at my face and cracked my skull open.
Why'd you sit on the rope?
Because I was told not to.
Okay, that sounds like you.
I mean, I was told not to. So I said YOLO and fucking did it. And now I have a scar above my eye because it cracked my head open.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Aaron went to grab it to unhook it. I heard a loud bang, like, don't come in here.
Oh, well, you know.
Freaked them out.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
And of course, Aaron had like a really bad experience the last time they were there in 2011. So he goes back to where the room it happened at. He turns off his walkie. Like, he's like, I need to do this moment, guys. Like, I need this moment. Like, give me some time. Oh, God. And he says he tells Sarah he didn't mean to bring the energy in there. And he captured the voice on the recorder, but you can't really hear the voice of what it says.
Did they kind of say what they thought it was saying, or
they couldn't really make it out?
They couldn't make it out. Okay.
Yeah, but he said he felt a little better after he did that little closure.
Okay, well, I mean, sometimes you just have to apologize, like, oh shit, sorry, you know, I didn't know.
Because last time they were there, apparently they did like a little experiment where they had some communication thing there, and then they had another communication place at the Billy Mackey's. That was like,
I love Billy Mackey.
They had, because that place is like really like
way fucking haunted, and it's like a portal to hell. Yeah,
yeah. So
I fucking love that one.
Yeah, so they had a connection, like something there to try to bring a spirit from there to the house, and like apparently it went bad.
Why would they do that? That is stupid.
Yeah, so I think it's when they first started, so. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so Aaron had like
I'm not surprised. Let's just say that. I'm not surprised if they try to do that, but anyway.
Yeah, so he had a really bad experience, so.
That sucks. Aaron is always the one getting fucking shit on, man. Like, even in, like, real life and not in scripted episodes.
His wife makes me old.
Yeah, like, that poor guy, he's just got...
He's so, like, why would you do that to Aaron?
I don't know.
Like, leave him alone.
Yeah. Leave Aaron alone. We need to get him and Helen Spence put together. I mean, she's like long dead by now, but you know.
So then, when Jay and Zach are investigating, they hear hissing sounds. Oh. They hear like little kids running around. They capture a voice of a small child. Yeah, so they capture like a lot of voices and like tapping and footsteps and all this, and then they go. I didn't write down because I couldn't find that episode.
Yeah,
but they go back again, but they bring Houdini's descendant to do like a little seance kind of thing with him.
Okay, well,
I think it's one of the newest episodes. You ever want to go visit the Winchester house?
I do.
I would go do it.
I for sure. That's one of the ones that's on my to-do list. There are a lot of
we need to do it, yes.
Like Lizzie Borden and stuff. I definitely want to go to that shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Look, I was looking for houses in Salem for when we move, and that's where I want to live. Wanted to live. I don't want to live there anymore.
Why?
Because normal fucking looking houses that are smaller than my house that I'm currently in, which is about 1,600 square feet or so, $500,000. Bitch. Like, these fucking houses are tiny.
What?
$500,000. So I might just have to live like outside of Salem somewhere, but Salem is not going to be it for me, unfortunately. But I think that's where I would thrive. And I can work from home, and he can drive from anywhere. They've got most of their ports are like up in that area. There's only a couple down here. So, yeah. So I am going to kind of segue a little bit. Normally we do like ghosty stuff or demons. Last week we did a cryptid, and I think we're gonna go ahead and stay on that for right now. So this week we are going to talk about mermaids. Little mermaids. Little mermaids.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. So we're talking about mermaids. In folklore, it is an aquatic creature with the head and upper body of a female human, obviously, and the tail of a fish.
That would help. That's what a female would look like.
Yeah, the tail of a fish. Mermaids appear in folklore of many cultures. It's not just like a European thing, Western European, American. They are in like literally every fucking culture. They are often associated with perilous events like storms, shipwrecks, and drownings, or what we call omens, bad omens. In some folklore, they can be benevolent, which means having a desire to be kind, and beneficent, which means generous or doing good. Sometimes bestowing boons, like gifts. That's what boons means. Bestowing gifts to humans, or like falling in love with humans, and
like in Pirates of the Caribbean when she fell in love with the priest dude,
or Little Mermaid when she falls in love with Eric.
That too.
Yeah. I don't know the logistics of how that would work for a fish bottom, but
I mean, Ariel turned into a human, so
yeah, but that was only because her dad granted that, King Trident. But I think normal mermaids don't turn into humans, so I don't know how that would work.
They'll figure it out.
I mean, the upper body of a female, so there's, some holes available, I guess.
They have babies too, so they have a hole somewhere.
I am confused. I don't want to know. We're going to move past that. I don't like it. I can't. Ugh. Okay. To be slimy and scaly. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay. No, we're moving past that. I don't like it. The Western concept of mermaids, as beautiful, seductive singers, may have been influenced by the sirens of Greek mythology, which were originally half bird-like, but came to be pictured as half fish-like in the Christian era. So initially, sirens were birds. Half bird.
What?
Mm-hmm. Not fish, they were birds.
Harpies.
Yeah, kind of. But for some reason, they decided in the Christian era, in Greek mythology, that wasn't good enough, and they didn't like it, so now they're fish people.
Because they had harpies, so they had to make something different.
I guess so. However, in other areas...
Oh, did you do harpies?
No, I didn't.
No.
I can put that on my list. However, in other areas, mermaids are depicted as monstrous, having sharp teeth and eerie eyes, sometimes called quote-unquote sea vampires. Don't look at me like that.
What?
Sea vampires. Because, like, the pictures that I've seen of, like, mermaids, they have, like, they start out with, like, a beautiful face, but then when they get angry, they're, like, very ugly.
Yeah, like in Harry Potter.
And sharp teeth.
Yeah, that's what they make it look like, how they look like the sea vampires in Harry Potter. They don't make them pretty. They make them that ugly.
Exactly. Yeah, like demon-esque with the sharp teeth. Christopher Columbus in 1493, while sailing near the Dominican Republic, Columbus claimed to have seen 3 mermaids. He described them as quote-unquote not as beautiful as they are painted, with masculine, ugly faces.
Well, of course not.
Now, hold on.
Nothing's going to be the same.
Many believe what he saw were manatees, which are not fucking ugly, goddammit. Manatees are not ugly. You can go fuck yourself if you think they're ugly. Okay, but they think he saw manatees.
They're cute.
I know, they're fucking adorable. But in 1493, when you've never seen something like that, I could see kind of
they're like giant dogs.
Mm-hmm. I could see his confusion a little bit.
So I watching the videos of the divers and like the one man, he's like hugging his
leg. I know,
leg.
They're so adorable. I fucking love manatees. They're so cute. When Katrina happened, we had, you weren't here then, but we had marine life down there on the beach in where Jones Park is now. That used to be marine life. The whole thing. And some of the dolphins, because like the whole enclosure was like fucked, some of the dolphins and the manatees escaped. And for years after they were out there, yeah, just living their best fucking life, thriving. Like they were going to catch them, and then they were like, no, they're doing great. They're fine.
Oh, that's good they left them.
And some manatees were out in like Back Bay, when we cross from Biloxi, like by the bow across. They see them out there in Back Bay sometimes. It's probably not the same ones because that's 20 20 years 2 days ago, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact.
Yeah.
I was here for all that shit. It sucked.
Yeah, we've only been here for
What was like, you said 10 years?
2017.
It's almost 10 years. You've been here for 8 years. Yeah. Yeah, y'all weren't here then. It sucked.
Mischa, did you fart?
I know, I smell that too. That's bad. Oh, God. Okay, so Henry Hudson and crew, this was in 1608. While exploring off the coast of Norway, Hudson's men reported a mermaid with quote-unquote very white skin, long black hair, and a fishtail. But in another account, these sailors said that she had a broad, flat face and sharp teeth like a barracuda. These quote-unquote ugly mermaids were often tied to bad fortune. The pretty mermaids were not, but the ugly ones, you know, they were kind of demonized, I guess.
Just because they were ugly?
Yeah, because, I mean, they're fucking men. Like, duh. That's, you know how they are. They were the same in 1608 as they are in 2025.
And this is why I'm still single at 28. Well, 29 in a few days.
There ain't no wrong with that. There is not a fucking thing wrong with that. Do not degrade, devalue, or reduce yourself just to have a man. Fuck all of that. That shit. Do not dull your shine just because someone else is not able to wear sunglasses. Fuck that. Okay. In the 19th century, some sailors / whalers and deep sea fishermen sometimes reported mermaids with quote unquote seal like skin, wide mouths, and jagged teeth. Again, kind of reminiscent of manatees. Except I don't think manatees have jagged teeth, but you know.
No.
When you're in the water, like, but the gray skin seal kind of thing, yeah, I can see that. And seals do kind of have weirdly human faces.
They really do. Their eyeballs kind of freak me out with how human they look.
Yeah,
they're adorable.
I know, but they do kind of have human faces. So I can kind of see maybe a little bit how they would get confused on things like that.
Well, because they got kelpies.
What's that?
You don't know what kelpies are?
No.
They had like...
I know what Rice Krispies are.
It's,
Is Kelpies like the drink in SpongeBob?
No.
Well, that's Diet Dr. Kelp.
No, it's, seals who, like, peel their skin or, like...
Ew, what?
Or they turn into, humans. They, like...
Oh, they're like shapeshifters.
Yeah. But they, like, shed their skin, and they have to hide their skin.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant, like, real fucking seals, like, shed their skin like goddamn hermit crabs or crabs.
No.
Okay. Fictional creatures.
Fictional creatures.
You had me scared for a minute.
No, because it's hold on.
No, I don't want to see it.
You're not. It's not gonna.
Yeah, no. I thought you were talking about real fucking seals who shed like crabs.
Oh, I know. That's the kelpie is the water horse. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
A seahorse?
Yeah, kelpie's a Scottish water spirit, a shape-shifting water horse. I totally said that wrong. I'm so sorry. What's it called?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I would just call them shapeshifters, skinwalkers, whatever.
Selkie, that's what it is. A selkie.
Okay, I have heard about selkies.
Yeah, selkie. I had the name. I had the backwards.
I think maybe that's in here, possibly. I know I read about it, but I don't know if I
the
added
seals that
it.
are said to be shape-shifting creatures that can transform into humans by shedding their seal skins. And they have to hide their skin because if whoever has it because they can't turn back without their skin.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of stories of like fishermen finding them and then marrying the ladies because they're so beautiful, and they don't want them to go back into the water, so they hide
their skin.
They hide their skin from them so they can't go back.
Gross.
Yeah,
that's like sex trafficking. I don't like that. But no, I was like legitimately concerned you were talking about real seals.
No.
I didn't like that either. I'm like, ew, like, who watched them long enough?
They're just giant water puppies.
Yeah, but like if they started peeling their skin. No, thank you.
Yeah, they're just giant. Their eyeballs are like, they're so cute.
Yeah, they are very human-like. So I can kind of see like where sailors were a little confused, I guess. In I'm going to fuck this up because I don't speak other languages. Ningyo, Japan, from what is in Japan. Ningayo. Yep, okay. Described as a creature with a grotesque human-like face with sharp teeth and a monkey-like mouth.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. But not attractive, apparently.
Okay.
This is what I guess the mermaids are called in these other countries. So in Russia or Slavic, it's called Rusalka. Slavic. What did I say? Slavic? Yeah. I know it's Slavic. I know it is. Like, I'm retarded today.
It's okay. You had a rough Monday.
In Rusalka, Slavic, it is described as ghostly pale with green hair and a sinister aura, lured men into the water to drown them and then rip them apart with their razor-sharp teeth and nails. So these are not good things in other countries.
Okay.
America is the only one who painted it with a pretty face. Really.
Everyone else is
or
like,
Western
you know
European painted it with a pretty face, and then Christopher Columbus said, "Y'all fucking lied to me."
Okay.
you a lie, bitch. African water spirits from Mamiwata or La Serene. Sometimes beautiful, sometimes monstrous. In some depictions, their mouths open to reveal rows of sharp needle-like teeth, kind of like sharks. So people also... So people think maybe like there are other creatures that have like shark mouths that people can mistake, like human-faced shark mouth, whatever.
Okay.
And then Selkies,
Woohoo!
which is Scottish.
I won't crazy.
Usually gentle, but often described as quote-unquote sea hags, aka ugly, sharp-toothed sea women. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. The English word mermaid has its earliest known attestation in Middle English, in Chaucer's Nun's Priest Tale, circa 1390. So mermaids have been around for a very long time.
Okay.
Merwif is another related term and appears once in reference to not so much a mermaid, but to a sea hag. So like the terms are interchangeable. Sea hag, mermaid, siren. They're like all the same thing.
Pretty much.
Interchangeable.
Pretty much.
Very little difference between them. The siren of ancient Greek mythology became conflated with mermaids during the medieval period. Some European romances still use the term siren to denote the mermaid. So again, interchangeable terms. So we're going to talk about a little of why sirens and mermaids are kind of different, but not too different to where if you say one thing, it's, not reminiscent of the other. In the early Greek period, the sirens were conceived of a human-headed bird, but by the classical period Greeks, they specifically depicted the sirens as part fish in art. So again, body, head of a female, hips and down of a fish.
Look up this bird one.
The siren's part fish appearance became increasingly popular during the Middle Ages. The traits of the classical sirens, such as using their beautiful songs to lure, as told by Homer, who wrote about them in the Odyssey, have been transferred to mermaids. So again, interchangeable. The change of the medieval siren from bird to fish was thought by some to be the influence of the Germanic mythology. Did you find it?
Yeah.
I'll post pictures.
They have wings and they have feet, but they also have the tail.
Yeah, it's weird.
They got the what?
Yeah, it's weird. So people were probably like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's make it something different.
She has like large ass bird feet. Look at him. Look at him.
Ew.
Yeah. Bird wings and then a tail, and then her legs are fish scales.
So she's birdfish human.
And then she has a fishtail.
Okay. Well, we'll post pictures and you guys can make a determination.
Okay.
The earliest text describing sirens as half woman, half fish occurs in Liber Monstrorum de Diversis Generibus.
What?
Yep. I don't know what any of that means, which describes sirens as quote-unquote sea girls whose beauty in form and sweet song lures seafarers, but beneath the human head and torso have a scaly tail end of a fish with which they can navigate the sea. So that's fun.
Okay.
So mermaids, Middle English bestiary states that a mermaid has the body and breast of a female maiden, but joined at the navel by a body part which is definitely a fish with fins growing out of her. They're like, that's definitely a fishtail.
It's definitely not human.
Yeah, it's definitely a fish.
We know for sure that
They said
not
that
human.
with their whole fucking chest. Okay. Sirens / mermaids are often depicted holding a comb and a mirror symbolizing vanity. Now, think back to The Little Mermaid. I know we've all seen that. All of the sisters are always in the mirror, brushing their hair.
Yes.
Ariel's always brushing her hair. She's
Yes.
always collecting shiny, pretty things.
Yes.
So they consider that a depiction of vanity, which, you know, makes
Well, I know
sense.
the statue of Eric wasn't shiny.
No, but she took the statue of Eric because she fell in love with him and saw him on the ship and took it. Had she not seen that, she probably wouldn't have had his statue. But everything else was fucking shiny. Trinkets, beautiful pearls, silver, jewels, you know. But she was in the mirror, or her sisters. Yeah, and her fork. And her sisters were in the mirror all the time. So it makes sense that that depicts vanity. I mean, I don't know if Disney decided they were going to kind of be like, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know if Disney was just going to be kind of picky, choosy on the things that they depicted, but that's one of the ones that they did kind of stick with. So different areas and their mermaids. In ancient Middle Eastern mythology, it is called Kalulu. This depiction of this particular entity is the upper body of a human and the tail of a fish. These appear in Mesopotamian artwork from the old Babylonian period on cylinder seals. I looked up what cylinder seals are. Like, you know, like wax seals. They kind of look like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. They look like that. The figures are typically mermen, though, but mermaids do appear sometimes. It is used in Neo-Assyrian art as protective figures and shown in both monumental sculptures and in small protective figurines. So they kind of, like, it seems like the mermaids there, they like worshipped. Like they were deities, they were gods, goddesses, etc.
Oh, cramp.
Oh no.
Oh.
A mermaid-like goddess, like I said, they kind of worship them. Identified by, I wrote green, but I mean green. A mermaid-like goddess identified by Greek and Roman writers as Deserto or Atargatis was worshipped at Ashkelon, Israel. In a myth recounted by oh my God, these words are so hard. Diodorus Siculus? Oh God.
Let's go with that.
Deodorant. Deodorus. That sounds about right. Siculus. In a myth recounted by Diodorus Siculus in the 1st century BC,
That works.
Deserto gave birth to a child from an affair. Ashamed, she abandoned the child in the desert and drowned herself in a lake, only to be transformed into a human-headed fish. The child, Semiramis, was fed by doves and survived to become a queen. So she was kind of like the opposite of La Llorona. She killed herself, not her kid.
I'm about to say, because wouldn't she have done the opposite, though, really?
Well, I mean, she was ashamed and knew that the punishment needed to be solely on her shoulders and not the kid.
At least she was smart and didn't kill the kid.
Yeah, so she was the opposite of La Llorona, but kind of same theory, I guess. In Germanic literature, and I am really going to fuck this shit up. Sorry, you guys. I put it phonetically, but I'm still going to fuck it up. I am not German. I am German, but I'm not from Germany. I have German in my blood.
So do I, but...
Yeah, we don't know German.
No.
Oh God. Okay. Nibelungenlied.
Okay.
Nibelungenlied Two prophetic merwomen, Siegeline and her aunt Hadeberg, I don't know, are bathing in the Danube River when Hagen von Tronje encounters them. He sneaks up to steal their clothes. Like many other myths, when their garments are taken, the water spirits cannot escape and must tell the truth, like you were talking about with the Selkies. But this is like real clothes, not skin. They didn't steal their skin. At first, they tell Hagen the Burgundians will succeed, but after he gives them their clothes back, they reveal the real prophecy, which is that none of the Burgundians will return home alive except the chaplain. Hagen then tries to drown the chaplain to invalidate the prophecy, but the man miraculously swims to shore. So the prophecy did not fulfill because dude cheated death.
Oh, nice.
Right? In Rabenschlag.
What?
Rabenschlag.
Say it really quick.
Rabenschlag.
There you go.
Rabenschlag. In Rabenschlag, which means the Battle of the Ravens, the mermaid is named Wachlit and is the ancestress of the traitorous Witchit, who carries him off at the time of battle to her quote-unquote submarine home.
What?
Yeah, she lives in a submarine under the sea.
But I see.
Yeah. And in
Wait,
Britain,
did they have submarines during that time?
yeah, I would think so. Obviously, he read about them.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. In British and Irish culture, the Norman chapel at Durham Castle, built around 1078, so a very fucking long time ago, has what is probably the earliest surviving artistic depiction of a mermaid in England. In English folklore, they are depicted as unlucky omens, both foretelling disaster and causing it. So
nice.
The mermaids are like, hey, it's going to storm, lots of shipwrecks. And then the mermaids are also like, because I'm doing it.
Because y'all piss me off.
Yeah. Hey, you guys know how this is going to happen? Because I'm going to fucking do it. I mean, to be fair, as disgusting as these sailors can be, I would shipwreck too.
Yes.
Yeah. Several variants depict a mermaid speaking to doomed ships, like the sailors on the ship, telling those on board that they will never see land again at all. In other stories, she claims that they are near shore, and I put question mark because that's all it said. So I don't know if she's like, hey, you guys are near shore, and then they shipwreck, or hey, you guys are near shore, and they're not, and they never make it to land ever again before they die.
Okay.
It didn't specify.
Okay.
And the sightings of mermaids can be a sign of approaching rough weather. So again, from the beginning, we know that mermaids are kind of linked to disaster, storms and stuff. So that's how it is in the British and Irish things. It says in their stories, however, instead of being benevolent and beneficent, mermaids are said to be malevolent, which is not good. Primarily with a desire to kill humans.
Oh, nice.
Like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna kill you. And they don't care. While other stories show them being kind, and like teaching humans certain cures for certain diseases, which Big Pharma is like super pissed off about right now. They're like, fuck no. Absolutely not. Which is why we don't know any of these cures anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know why, but I thought that was funny. Ancient Far East folklore, mermaids were said to be the wives of powerful sea dragons and served as a trusted messenger between their spouses and the emperors on land. So they were like...
Oh, I could see that,
Yeah, just like messenger people, which would make sense. Like if you're trying to communicate with someone on land, you would want a human appearance.
Yeah.
Because I would probably freak the fuck out if a dragon walked up on the shore and was like...
What's up, guys?
Talking to me in some dragon language. And like he's probably just trying to check out, what I'm doing and see if I'm okay. And all I'm hearing is you're fixing to get eaten. Yeah. I'm like, what?
I'm about to die.
Run. Got it. Mermaids are also depicted in Scandinavian, Western Europe, Byzantine, and Ottoman, Eastern Europe, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Indian, Southeast Asian, Polynesian, African, Arabian, and American cultures and folklore. So, like, mermaids get around.
Clearly.
They are everywhere.
I mean,
and from, like, the beginning.
Everywhere that has water.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Now, this is kind of crazy, too. Mermaids appear in cave drawings from the late Paleolithic period, which was about 30,000 years ago.
What?
Yeah. Cavemen were drawing mermaids on the walls 30,000 years ago.
Well?
So, I mean, Bigfoot wasn't on the wall 30,000 years ago.
No.
Mermaids were. I don't know if I believe about mermaids. I might.
Yeah.
But this would be like a real good reason to.
Yeah.
30,000 years ago, and these cavemen are drawing these pictures, you know, which a lot of them now with research have turned out to be stories, true stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. So now we're going to talk about some mermaid encounters. I've got a couple of long ones, but they're super interesting, so I wanted to include them. So on Reddit, a post from One Amphibian 5831 says, and from here it's going to be quotes until I say it's not, says, "Oh my God, I'm so happy I found this post. I really suck at explaining things, and English isn't my native language, so please keep that in mind. This is something that's been bothering me for years. I'm a 20-year-old female, and when I was 13, me, my dad, and my younger brother went to Thailand. We traveled to Phi Phi Islands by boat with one of those travel companies for tourists and stopped by different islands to snorkel. One of these stops, me and my brother were right next to each other looking at a fish that I found really cute. To paint the picture a bit better, at this moment, me and my brother were snorkeling in the water right by a floating island, while the others in our group were a bit further away from the island. This island was like a chunk of land that extended downward into the water rather than having a gradual slope. So like a really sharp, deep down.
Yeah.
Suddenly, our dad called out for us. Someone in our group saw a small shark and everyone was gathering around to see it. My brother swam over there, but for some reason, I stayed put and kept watching the different fish that were swimming so closely to me. Then something caught my attention. There seemed to be smaller caves underwater by the shore, and I saw something slowly coming out of there. It was similar to a human head facing downward towards the bottom of the ocean. I completely froze up and kept staring. The quote-unquote person kind of floated out of the cave, never faced up towards the surface, and did it really slowly. I don't like that.
I don't either.
I don't like that.
Especially when you said really slowly.
Really slowly.
Yeah, I like
Nothing of this person that I could see was moving. By this point, I could see the back of the head and most of the back. The person had really sparse black hair slicked down to the scalp. Their skin looked gray and their spine was extremely pronounced. I was so sure that I was looking at a corpse and I completely froze up. I couldn't breathe or move. That's fucking freaky.
Yeah, because
like you're just looking at the water and you see this like corpse floating towards you, which that would be what I would think it was, since nothing was moving.
All you see is like the human part at first.
Yeah, and it's not moving; it's just floating upwards.
Yeah.
Oh God, that creeps me out. I don't like it.
I know. This is why I don't do snorkeling and everything. Like if I don't touch the ground, I ain't doing it.
I mean, I would snorkel, but
I would not.
Not around caves. No, thank you. Time felt like it was standing still. The person kept floating out of the cave, and that's when I started seeing its tail. The tail was dark gray and looked like a stereotypical mermaid tail. I blinked multiple times, convinced I was hallucinating, but I kept seeing it. I've never believed in the supernatural, but this thing was only a few meters below me, and I could see it so clearly. I felt a sense of danger. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be seeing this and was terrified that it would see me back and attack me. But the thing never once faced up. Once it was out, it swayed to the side and kept a close distance from the island and disappeared into another cave. After a few seconds, I snapped out of it and quickly swam to my dad and brother. I burst into tears and frantically told them that we had to get back in the boat right away. My dad asked me what happened, and I told him what I saw. Obviously, he didn't believe me and got furious at me for lying. When we got back to the boat, I told them again and stood by the fact that I was not lying. My father told me that he really hoped that it was either a lie or that I was crazy.
The hell?
And had to be locked up in a mental hospital.
The hell?
Yeah, what a way to handle that, Dad.
Pretty clearly.
I knew how crazy this sounded, and honestly, I didn't even believe myself. I decided to tell him that I made it all up. Since that day, I've tried to convince myself that I made it all up, but I've never experienced any hallucinations, and I know what I saw. I've told others, but of course, most of them thought I made it up. It's so insanely frustrating feeling like you're being gaslit by the entire world, and I truly hope that someone out there believes me. I believe you.
I do too.
I believe you. You are not crazy, and your dad is a fucking shitty human for doing that to a kid. You were 13. 13. I mean, and to be fair, it could have been like sunstroke.
Yeah.
You know, overheating or whatever, and you may not have seen it, but I believe that you believe you saw something. I truly believe that. And on the same Reddit post, someone named Big Juggernaut 3167
nice name
goes on to say, I don't know if anyone is still going to see this, but I just have to tell this. Oh, also back to the first girl. You said English isn't your first language. Look, you fucking rocked it. That story was very coherent, very clear. You rocked it. So you, even if English isn't your first language, you did great. So number 2, Big Juggernaut said, I don't know if anyone's still going to see this, but I just have to tell this. I grew up near the ocean. My father was a fisherman, and our life back then was hard, so we were taught how to fish and dive. I was a kid back then, so I consider myself not to be efficient in diving. My brothers, however, were basically pros when it came to that. Now what I'm going to tell you is that this was not a one-time experience. I had multiple encounters with quote-unquote them while spending the first 15 years of my life beside the ocean. But at that time, I still didn't have enough knowledge about them, not until we moved out of the community. Our community is small, and because we live on a remote island, access is limited, and the primary source of food and income was the ocean. All my life, I knew there were creatures in the ocean. It is an open discussion for everyone there. That is why I was secretly shocked that they are still considered quote-unquote myths when my community talks about them as if they were part of our daily lives.
Oh.
When I was around the age of 4, I would accompany my family wherever they were fishing. I was around 7 when I realized that there seemed to be a schedule for fishing. We would always sit in boats, usually. We had 2 boats, one for my brothers, my dad, and me, and another for my aunt and my uncle. One afternoon, I shared a boat with my aunt, uncle, and one of my brothers. We were the only ones there at the time. While my uncle and brothers were diving, my aunt and I would sit in the boat waiting for them. Whenever it started to get dark, my aunt would whistle, tap the boat, or even dive herself to inform her husband and my brothers to get out of the water as soon as possible. During this time, my brother and uncle maybe were not aware of the time, nor felt and heard the signal, so my aunt told me to stay put on the boat, and she swam down to inform them. While I was sitting in the boat alone, I saw a hand. I don't know if it was really a hand or not. Popping up at the side of the boat. Basically, it had long fingers, and they were doing nothing, not even signaling for me to come, not luring me in, but just holding onto the boat. I ignored them, as I was warned to not mind what I'd mysteriously seen or heard. After a while, my aunt, brother, and uncle emerged, and we got home. After eating dinner, I told my dad what I saw, and my mother just said, it was trying to balance the boat and probably guarding you, too. Pay your respects when you go back tomorrow. And I did.
Oh.
When I came back the next day, my father set out some of the fish he caught free when it was near sundown. So they let the fish go in that area to feed whatever the creature was. And these continued for years. When I would dive myself, my brothers were with me, and they would grab me whenever I was turning in the wrong direction because, according to them, there's a portion where we should cautiously explore to give respect to, quote-unquote, them, the guardians, and I complied every time. Whenever I was in the boat alone, sometimes it would shake, and a hand would pop up as they were supporting it, and I assumed that they were guarding the boat so it wouldn't flip, and they were just waiting for their turn to hunt. Sometimes I would hear splashing beside the boat, though my family was in the deep, and these events only occurred when it got too dark and we were late. When we left before sundown, it did not happen, so I assumed that these were normal and that the quote-unquote guardians of the sea basically ruled the waters and we were just asking for resources. After years, we moved out of the community as I got an opportunity to study in the city, and that is when I learned about mermaids and stuff. And they were considered myths. When all of my childhood, I thought this was just normal. that there were Mother Nature's rules and we had to respect them. I'm not going to mention my community as I don't want to disturb their peace.
Dang it, kind of want to know where
I know, I want to know,
I kind of want to know where they live.
I do, too. I was
where
like,
they're from. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. And so this one is not from Reddit. This is actually from a master diver in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. For more than 50 years, people have reported seeing a mermaid off the coast of Hawaii's Big Island, but the sightings were never taken seriously until a dive boat captain finally captured the half woman, half fish on film. I looked at the picture. I'm not convinced. It just looks like somebody wearing a mermaid tail. So I'll post it, but a dive master, Jeff Leacher, 43 at the time, photographed the creature known as the Kauai Point Mermaid on April 12, 1998, as he and 6 other divers were exploring the ocean bottom about 20 minutes off of Hawaii's sunny Kona coast. Liker points to the spot where he photographed the mermaid. He spots the Kona mermaid and said, "I'd heard about her before," said Liker, who operates Jack's diving locker. "Quote unquote, most of us who are out in these waters regularly have heard stories." Yeah. Like I said.
That's a damn fishtail.
Yeah, but it looks fake.
Yeah, those the handmade ones.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think that's real.
No, because mermaid tail, they're long.
Yeah. So I'll post a picture. You guys can determine.
I don't believe that picture.
He said, most of us who were out in these waters regularly have heard stories, but I'd never seen her until that morning. We were on our way out to the point when a school of dolphins started following the boat, playing in our wake. Suddenly, one of the men on the port side starts yelling and pointing. I couldn't believe what I saw. There, not 10 feet from the bow of the boat, was what looked like a nude woman. She had long flowing hair and one of the most beautiful faces I'd ever seen. But there's no way a human being could be swimming so fast. She was keeping right up with the dolphins. Then she leapt into the air and my heart almost gave out on me. The entire lower half of her was covered with scales and tapered back into a huge fishtail. She jumped once more, then disappeared under the surface. All 10 people on the boat witnessed this bizarre incident. There was another incredible surprise still ahead. About an hour later, we arrived at the point and we were diving. I was photographing some colorful fish with my underwater camera. Suddenly, I felt something brush against my right leg. She shot by me like a streak of lightning, then turned and came back past me, swimming the other way. I just aimed the camera and started snapping pictures. I kept shooting as she broke for the surface and swam away. Weekly World News had Leicher's pictures analyzed by 3 noted photography labs. All 3 say the photos are genuine and have not been tampered with. Which, I mean, cool, but if you've got someone out there in a costume, they're not going to be edited. I have a hard time believing it.
Because did they post the ones he took underwater?
I don't know. I didn't see any of the other ones that he took. That's just like the main one. So I really don't know. He says, I feel very lucky that I'm the one to finally prove to the world what people here have known for half a century. He said the Kauai Point Mermaid is real. Again, I'm going to post photos and you guys can, make your own determination. But I have a hard time believing it.
Because that picture,
it just doesn't look authentic to me. Like,
no,
I believe it's a real picture, but I don't think it's a quote-unquote mermaid. I think it's a woman.
He's below her.
Yeah.
And because, she's, this way, and then he's below her taking the picture.
And as fast as he's saying she's swimming, there is no way you were able to get that clear of a picture.
No way.
I'm a skeptic.
And if she was below him, he from that picture, he's below her.
Right. And he said she shot past him 2 or 3 times, but then he said he got a picture of her. She was breaking the water. She's not breaking the water.
No.
She's at the top floating. So if she was going as fast as lightning as he claims that she was, there was no way he would have gotten that clear of a picture.
No.
No. At all.
We would know.
Not in the 90s. I'm sorry. I'm not a believer. I'm skeptical about that one. But again, we will post that picture and you guys can, make your own determination of whether or not you think it's real. Like I said, I'm not a Bigfoot believer, but mermaids I can probably get on board with simply because of how long they have been documented. Cavemen, Paleolithic era kind of stuff. 30,000 years ago. 30,000 years ago on cave paintings. It's crazy. That you know, I could believe that one for sure. So
yeah.
So that is the end of our stories for this week. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/haunted and homicidal. Of course, we would love for you guys to subscribe to our Patreon. You know, we do have different tiers that have different cute little things that we do monthly for those who are subscribed. So go check that out. Also, you can check us out. No, you can't. You can email us at hauntedandhomicidal@gmail.com. Give us your own little stories, suggestions, or just say, hey, what's up? If you guys would not mind and you're enjoying our shows, if you wouldn't mind commenting on the episodes, that gets us seen a little bit more, gets our algorithm a little bit better. You know, again, I don't know what's happening with my voice right now.
I'm just cracking.
It's bad. Again, we do appreciate the support. We love you guys so much. We're having a great time doing this, even if we do
apologize for Monday's episode.
Yeah. I didn't want to talk about that anymore. I want to be over that one.
I'm just saying, again, apologizing for Monday's episode.
Yeah, Monday was rough. So, we're sorry about it. So, I guess that's going to conclude this week. And we will see you guys back next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.